At how to pass an array into a method. In this video, we're actually going to be creating two new files. We're going to be writing a class and how to find the highest, the lowest, the average, and the total of values stored in an array. So that's what we are going to do. So this class keeps the sales figures for a number of days in an array and provides methods for getting the total, average, highest, and lowest sales. So that's what we are doing. So we're going to say public class sales data. And then here, we're going to say private double array, and we're going to call this sales. So this is the sales data. And then now we're going to create our constructor. So the constructor copies the elements in the array to the sales array at param s, the array to copy. So here we're going to say public sales data passing through this array of sales. And now we want to create an array as large as s, because we do not know how long or how big this array is. So that's why we need to do this. So we're going to say sales equals new double s dot length. So when we pass in this array, we'll now know that length. And now we want to copy the elements from s to sales. So we're going to say, just like we did before, to copy an array, we have to copy each individual element one by one. So we're going to say for int index equals 0, index is less than s dot length, index plus plus, and then here we're going to say sales sub index equals s sub index. So this is us copying that information into that array. So let's end constructor. And then now we need to write the get total method, return the total of the elements in the array. So what we're going to say is public double get total. And here we're just going to say double total equals 0.0, which is our accumulator. And then now we want to accumulate the sum of the elements in the array. For int index equals 0, index less than sales dot length, index plus plus, total plus equals sales sub index. So what it's going to do is just going to take each element that's stored in the array and add it to the total. And then now we want to return the total. So we're just going to say return total. And this is end get total method. So now we need to do our get average method. The get average method returns the average of the elements in the array. So we're going to say now public double get average. And all we're doing on this one is very simple. Return get total, whatever that is, whatever stored in that method, divide that by sales dot length. because we do not know how long or how big this array is. So to get the average, we just are going to do it this way. And that's it. And get average. Now we want to get highest method, which returns the highest value stored in the array. Okay, so we're going to say public double get highest. And then here, to get the highest, we need to first create a variable called highest. And we need to set that equal to the first value in the array. So that's why we're specifying index 0 here, because that's going to be the first value, and the array is automatically going to be the highest until it keeps moving through the array, and then it's going to check. So we're going to say for int index equals 1. Why are we starting at 1 on this one? Well, because we've already have equaled the first value as the highest, so now it needs to check the next one and sequentially keep adding until it figures out which one is the highest value. So we're going to say if sales subindex is greater than highest, so if it's greater than that first value, then we're just going to say the highest equals sales subindex. So if this value is higher than currently whatever is that first value, it's going to replace it. That's what's happening right there. And then after this, we're going to return highest. And now to make our lives a little bit easier, and highest method, or end get highest method, all we're doing is for the get lowest is the same thing. We just change, obviously, everything that says highest to lowest. Lowest, lowest, lowest. Like I said, it's literally everything that's the same, except right here, we change this from greater than to less than. That's it. That's it. So that is how we get the lowest and the highest and the average from this. So let's save this. So I'm going to save this into my Java projects, and I'm going to call this salesdata.java. And now I'm going to create another new file. And now this one, we're going to import javax.swing.joption pane. And now this one is going to be this program gathers sales amounts for the week. It uses the sales data class to display the total, average, highest, and lowest sales amounts. So now we're going to say public class sales. Okay. So now we're going to say final int 1 week equals 7. So this is our number of elements in the array. So now we want to create an array to hold the week's sales, the weekly sales. So we're going to say double array sales equals new double, and then we're going to pass through so it knows how long the array needs to be. And then here we want to get the week's sales figures. So we're going to just call get values, and we're passing through our sales. Then now I want to create a sales data object initialized initialized with the week's sales figures. So we're just going to say sales data equal week equal new sales data. And then we want to store that information in the array. And now we want to display the total, average, highest, lowest. Okay. So here we're going to say jOptionPane.show message dialog null. And then this is going to get a little crazy, so I'm going to just start it here. String.format. And then inside of here, the total sales, $ parentheses, plus. Now, I'm going to copy this. Should have pressed enter. Paste it. Now, I'm going to tab this over. And then the average sales. Then I'm going to literally just copy all this now so I can just make it easier on myself. That's highest, lowest. Okay. So here we're going to say the highest, lowest, and then now after lowest, oh, I forgot one crucial part, comma.2f. Because we want to format, and I didn't even do that. So here we're going to say week.getTotal. So I'm calling that method from the sales data class. Week.getAverage. Week.getHighest. And then week.getLowest. Okay. So this is going to display all that information to us. And then lastly, system.exit 0. And this is our ending main method. And then we just need to, the get values method asks the user to enter sales amounts for each element in of an array. At param array, the array to store the values in. So here we're just going to now say private static void get values passing through this array. And it's not an int, it is a double. And we're going to call this just array. String input. Remember with jOptionPane, we need to have everything as a string first and then convert it to hold user input. Now I want to get sales for each day. So I'm going to say for int index equals 0. Index is less than array.length, which we know from before at 7, but the user doesn't know that. Index plus plus. Now I'm going to say input equals jOptionPane.show input dialog. And then I'm just going to say enter sales for day. For day number plus index plus 1 plus colon or plus, there we go. Make it look pretty. And then now I need to convert. So I'm going to call array subindex equals double dot parse double. And then here, what's the information? Input. So when it's getting this, it's going to put it in as an actual number instead of a string. So then it can do the math and figure all this out. So let's save this as sales.java. Save it. Let me run it. Enter sales for day 1. So 1,500 32,000, 3,500, 4,500, 3,501, 2,341, and day 7 they sold 900. So here, I forgot something, because that doesn't look good. So what did I forget? /n /n/n/n. Well, not really on that one. Let's try this again. So 1,500, 1,000, 900. I'm just making up random numbers. So the total sales, 32,402, and it tells me the average was $4,000, the highest was $16,000, and the lowest was $900. So that is how you can create a class that gets the total, the average, the highest, the lowest, and then we display and get that information and passing those informations to the array. And that is it for this video.